Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. My name is RedSecant. Last time we fought the optional Phantom boss at the clock tower in Neverland so that we could finally get the last Dalmatian there. So that's what we're going to do today, and then get the reward and make a new Gummi ship. So that's the agenda. Quick note, and this is kind of a little Easter egg for the clock tower that I sort of knew about, but I wasn't planning on using, and then I sort of discovered it by accident when I was just sort of practicing. I was actually looking for the Dalmatian, so I'd know exactly where the chest was. But if you enter the clock tower when your game clock, see that clock in the lower left, where it says time, when that is at certain times, you can get certain items depending on what time it is. And so the way you figure out what door is going to open, because these different doors open and you can get different items depending on which door opens, is you basically look at your clock and think about it as, it's basically as if that was a time. So if you're used to a 24-hour clock, if you look at like 20 hours, like 20 o'clock, it's basically the same as 8 o'clock. So what you do is you basically find the remainder when you divide the hour hand by 12. Okay, that's how you convert your clock there to the time for the clock at the clock tower. So you have to enter the clock tower sometime in like the first 5 or 10 minutes of each hour to get the item. And most of them are not really worth it, but it just happens to be that the 8 o'clock door, which is the one that we can get now, has a defense up. So that's a really valuable item to have. So we might as well get that. But I'm not going to go get all the other items because they're not worth it. Okay, that kind of took a long time to explain something that is not that complicated. But okay, here we are. So if you enter here at the right time, you can go to this door, or I think it'll be a different door depending on what time it is, and you just examine it, I guess. You don't even have to land. It'll open up and it says the 8 o'clock door opened, obtain defense up. So that will only light up if your game time is like the equivalent of 8 o'clock. But it doesn't. It would have been cool if they had the clock tower. Oh, they do. They do have the clock tower point to. See, it's pointing at 8 o'clock. That's why it's shining, I guess, to know you that. I mean, so you know that there's an item you can get. Huh. So that's kind of neat. Alright, anyways, time to get that Dalmatian that we worked so hard to get. So it's in here, and in this chest, and there we go! We found all the Dalmatians. And it's kind of lame, they don't give you any sort of notification about it, but if we go to our journal and look in the 101 Dalmatians screen, you see we got all 99, none left in any of the worlds, so way to go. Now we just gotta head back to Traverse Town and we can turn that stuff in. The other thing I should probably do pretty soon is adjust all my equipment and abilities back to, like, not in Phantom mode, because there are a few things we probably want to re-equip. So for the rest of the game, what we have left to do, I'm going to make a Gummi ship, because the reward for getting all 99 Dalmatians is you get a complete Gummi collection. Now, when I first heard that, I thought that meant that you got one item from... I'm sorry, I thought that meant you had unlimited items of any Gummi piece. So you could just make whatever ship you want. What it actually is it just gives you one of every Gummi piece. Every one in existence. So that's a great reward. It's really nice to get. It's not quite as great as I thought it was, but that's still great. And you don't really need that many Gummi pieces anyway. Plus, making a Gummi ship is like totally optional. It's all about personal preference, so it's not a big deal. So we're gonna make a Gummi ship after we go pick up that reward, and then we've got that tournament in the Coliseum that we've got to do, and that is a long tournament. It's longer than just the normal 10 rounds. I think it's actually 40 rounds. So I think I'm gonna go through much of the last world, see if we can get any more power-ups and stuff, and then proceed and do that tournament, which is how you upgrade a lot of your magic, and then maybe do, I don't know, a few more little extra things, anything that's not too bad, and then we'll just fight the final boss and finish off this game, and that'll be it. So yeah, so here you go. This is what happens when you get all the Dalmatians. You get this nice scene. Everyone's so happy. They're all, oh, Sora, thank you so much for rescuing all the Dalmatians. Somehow they got into treasure chests and whatnot, but yeah, so you can go pick up your reward. Not in addition to the Gummi upgrade, we get an upgrade to Aurora. So now we've got our arrow magic completely upgraded, and it says the complete Gummi collection. So that is pretty neat. And you can, oh, sorry, I meant to sort of go through that house a little more. I'll just head back in once this loads. Because I think it's pretty cool that they put this here, because, like, this Dalmatian's house, it's the kind of thing that the average player is not going to look through at all. And even the not average, there should be a better word for not average, but even the not average player isn't going to really go through these rooms. Like, you might not even know that these rooms exist. There's nothing in them. There's just Dalmatians and decorations. And it's just kind of admirable of the game designers to, like, put so much effort into something that so few people are going to see. You know, like, they had to make the model for all this furniture. They had to have, you know, someone draw this art and then, like, import that, keep it on the game disc. You know, it's just like a bunch of extra stuff that, if you were thinking about, like, trimming the fat and stuff of the game, this is, like, the first stuff to go, because, like, nobody's gonna look at this. But, like, you can if you want. So, I don't know. I think that's kind of admirable when people, when game designers put in extra stuff like that. Anyway, you can go through there and you end up over here on the other side. But basically, I just like to go back to the first district so we can go ahead and get working on that Gummi ship. I'm not going to make anything too fancy. I mean, if you really wanted to make the coolest Gummi ship ever, you could, I mean, do this yourself and make the coolest Gummi ship ever. I'm kind of taking more of a minimalist approach for time reasons than anything, because, yeah, I could spend a bunch of time making a sweet Gummi ship, or I could spend just not very much time making a sweet Gummi ship. So I'll pick the second one, since we get the same result of a sweet Gummi ship. So this is our tried and trusted Gummi ship that we've used, and it has been good. I've enjoyed it. By the way, I don't know if I've never shown a lot of these, but these are all the blueprints that you kind of pick up, I think, as you go through the levels. And these are actually some of the ships that we've fought against in the Gummi ship levels. So for instance, this one you might recognize. You can actually fly that now that we've got the blueprint. So that's kind of neat. Now, when you upgrade your Gummi, usually you would buy these upgrades, but they just come with the Gummi collection. So it says you can use more blocks now and build a bigger Gummi ship. And we've also upgraded our color selection, so now we can make more colors and stuff. So now we have one of every single Gummi piece, which is really cool. So I'm just going to make a ship to sort of show off some of the nicer stuff. Like, for instance, these are the nicer cockpits. See, this one will restore all of your ARM, which I think is just HP for the Gummi ship, when it goes out. It's pretty nice. And then you can customize your colors even more by using this wide selection. So you get quite a bit of customization here. So let me just go ahead and make this Gummi ship, and then I'll come back to you guys when it's done. So if you take a look at the engines that we can use now, we got this guy, which is the Holy G, which is the largest engine you can have. Really pretty huge. So totally up to you whether you want to use that or not, but whatever. Alright, so this is kind of my basic design that I got. I just got some freaking sweet engines there, and then some nice assorted colors Gummi pieces to sort of fill out the rest of the body. And if we look at the stats, we already got 3 stars in speed and armor, so that's pretty much the best you can get. No point in placing any more stuff, so now I'm just going to throw on some weapons and call it good. One of the cool pieces that you can now use is this little guy, which will reach out and grab items that are out of reach, which sounds like you kind of have to aim it to get the items, but you don't, so don't worry about it. It just kind of pulls them in. So I'm just gonna throw this on somewhere. I don't really know where, but maybe just out like that, I guess. I don't really. I'll figure it out, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. Alright, so I just kind of threw them on the front like that, so if we do the little demo, you see they can reach out and pull in other items. So I'll show you what that actually, I think they're actually backwards right now, so I'll fix that, and I'll show you what it looks like when we actually fly it. Alright, some other cool pieces that we could use is this little guy, which will let your ship transform into another ship that has that same piece on it. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's cool, but it's not really worth the time of making a whole other ship just to do that. Some of these got radars, which will give you like a little mini map, so that's cool, I guess. Haste G, I think we've seen that before. It lets you speed up. A shield. So I'll put most of these on and show you what they all do when we head to the last world, so just hang on. Alright, now time for the weapons. Now that you've upgraded, you can put even more weapons on, so I think I'm going to focus mostly on the cannons, but you can just do whatever you want, so I'll come back to you once I've done all this. Alright guys, here it is. This is my finished ship that I just threw together. That green thing in front is the shield, which you get for one of the shield Gs. If you use the one that puts a shield around the whole ship, it looks kind of stupid because it's just like a huge circle around the ship. I like this a lot better, even if it's maybe not as better defense, but who really cares about defense with Gummi ships? I prioritized with the cannons. You see I have a nice array of small cannons and just some medium-sized lasers. That's the maximum weapon Gummis that you can put on there, so I would put more if I could, but I can't. And I think the small Gummis are a lot more helpful than the bigger ones, which don't really act predictably. It's got a radar, it's got the Haste G, which lets it accelerate, it's got an Asuna, which apparently displays invisible objects or something, and it's got those nets, which will get items out of reach. So let's have a look, see what all it does. It's got the boost. There is all the cannons, shoots medium lasers, and the little swipey swipe. So, specifications, there you go, you got all your stuff. The only thing it doesn't have is transform, which I don't really care about. I kind of wanted to change the buttons, because I don't like having the arm be on the right analog stick, because it's not like you have to control it using the right analog stick. It's just whenever you move it, it'll collect all the items. I don't know, I'll show you on the way to the next world, but there you go, that's my Gummi ship. I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe if I ever do like a bonus video, I'll do like make a cooler Gummi ship, but I don't know. I think this is pretty nice. I like the colors, I like how it all works together, and I'm pretty happy. So let's get out of here, and I'll go ahead and save this. What am I going to call this? I don't know what to call it, so I'm just going to call it the RedSecant, because that is my username. I think I told the story about how when I first played the Kingdom Hearts game, I named all my ships SS something, just kind of for fun, I guess. So there we go. Now we're gonna fly that Gummi ship. Doesn't look that pretty from the front, but you never see it from the front anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I think that's probably gonna do it for this episode. Next time we'll take off and head to the next world, and I'll show you our new Gummi ship in action. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.